Okay, so there was some interest in how a Moka coffee pot works. This is a Moka coffee pot. It comes apart like this with a screw thread. There was also a question about the the gasket that sits underneath. It's underneath the top part, okay? And it's the piece that holds in the metal filter that goes on top of the compartment where the coffee goes. Right, the coffee goes in this piece here. So I was going to make coffee for the morning, so that's what I'm going to do now. Here's the lower half. Here's the safety escape valve as the water vapor heats underneath. So I'm going to fill the bottom until the water level is touching the valve. Hard for me to show that. I'm not sure. Yeah, I can't get the angle there. But the water's there up to the escape valve. You drop the that piece in there. You fill with ground coffee. Now this is slightly less ground than you would for a steam espresso machine, because it needs to be just coarse enough that it doesn't clog the filter, either at the bottom or the top, as the water vapor is pushed through it. So you can see with the water in the bottom and that spout going down into it, as it's heated from below, the trapped water vapor above the water gets pushes the water down and up through the spout in the middle. And then the heated water comes through the coffee grounds. Now the only thing about the coffee grounds is you mustn't tamp it. You do not press it down. It does not work like a steam machine. You need to make sure that the filter doesn't clog. So I'm just trying to get this level, and I'm just fiddling about with the top. And the other thing that usually goes wrong is if you get coffee grounds in the thread where the top screws on, you'll find that it doesn't seal properly, and then hot half-made coffee will come leaking out of the thread on the side. So I'm kind of finicky about running my finger around and making sure that there's no speck of coffee there or in the thread. Once that's done, you just put the top on, and then you put it on a source of heat. It seems to work best on a gas flame, but it will work perfectly well on an electric plate, as long as it's got a stable thing to stand on. Okay, so I don't know if I can show. Haven't done many video things before. Put a light on. So that's it sitting on the stove. Our stove has 2 medium burners, 1 big one and a little one. And the little one is just perfect for the coffee machine. You turn it down until the flames don't reach out beyond the edge of the coffee machine. And I usually put that on while I go and have a shower in the morning, and I come back and it's done. Takes about 10 minutes, I guess. Of course, it depends how hard you push it. The coffee will taste better if you make sure that once it starts coming through, you turn the flame down as much as you can and slow the heated water going through the coffee. That's what comes out best. If you're unlucky and the particular coffee pot that you have up here, where the coffee comes out and falls into the top, sometimes they sputter and will spit. And then it's useful to put the lid on. Ours is well behaved, so I don't usually put the lid on. And some of them have a hinge lid built there. The defect to some of the classic Bialetti ones is that where that hinge is, as you go to open it, you will get drips of condensed coffee falling back down here and down the side. This one was a wedding present and it's worked really well. I believe it's an Alessi model. That was it. Cheers.